Alright, so hello Internet. It's the True Dark Magician, but I also have another name, Chandler. And today we're trying something a bit different. Um, we'll see how it goes. This might be the start of something new, or it might be the last one we do. But with me today, I have friend of the show, Mr. Keith Williams. You know him, legendary inker, veteran, over 40-year veteran of the industry. The man has done it all, seen it all, and today we're going to be talking about something a bit different. Something a little more serious. Today we're going to be talking about black representation of black and African American characters in the comic book and comic book media. So, but before we start, I prepared a little bit intro. All right. Keith Willems is an American comic book and comic strip artist, born on September 16th, 1957 in Brooklyn, New York, to Geraldine and Jesse Williams. He attended the School of Visual Arts in Manhattan, where he studied under Will Eisner, one of the earliest cartoonists to work in the American comic book industry. In 1982, he went to work at Marvel Comics, where he met and worked with other inkers like Joe Sinnott, who is best known for his long stint on the Fantastic Four, from 1965 to 1981. And the late Mike Esposito, who worked on such major titles as The Amazing Spider-Man and Wonder Woman. While at Marvel, Keith worked on titles too numerous to name, but I'm going to try them all anyway, such as Alpha Flight, She-Hulk, Silver Surfer, Warlock, Quasar, Star Trek, The X-Men, and Transformers, just to name a few. Later, he became the assistant editor under Jim Owsley, aka Christopher Priest, on the Web of Spider-Man, making the two of them the first all-black editorial team in Marvel history. After that, Keith left Marvel to go to DC Comics, where he worked on such titles as Superman Action Comics and the Lobo and the Mask graphic novel series. He later went to work at Dark Horse Comics, where he worked on The Mask and Walter with artist Doug Mankey, and Star Wars Droids, which is getting a series soon. After that, he worked for Valiant Comics, where he worked on Quantum and Woody. Still don't understand most of these titles. And the covers of XO Man O' War. After that, he worked for Moonstar Comics, where he was an inker on Kolchak Night Stalker Chronicles, Buckaroo Banzai, and Domino Lady for 10 years. For 10 years, he had worked on the Phantom for King Feature Syndicate. And at Avatar Press, he inked Lady Death and the crossed covers, a crossed webisode comic, Wish You Were Here, and the covers and intros of the comic books Uber. He is also inked for Avatar Press Publishing graphic novels Max Brooks' Harlem Hellfighters, and recently he inked on the Ron Friends pencils of Marvel's Thor the Worthy one-shot book. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Keith Williams.
Wow.
I know, when you put it all on paper and say it out loud.
Yeah.
And this is only one page. Oh God. Okay, so let's talk about black superheroes in comic books. Again, this is going to be an interview about representation of black and African American characters in the media. Originally, we were going to do this for Black History Month, but we couldn't get our schedules to sync up. But quite frankly, you don't have to wait till February to learn about Black history. It's true. So, let me start. Keith, clearly there is more representation of African American and Black characters and superheroes in comics in other media today than there have been in the past. But in your opinion, is there enough representation?
That's a good question. I don't think there's ever enough. It's always great to have new characters of different nationalities being played for the people that are out there that are reading the books, and so that they can relate to the books better. It'd be great to have people that they can say, "Wow, look at this guy, he's just like me." And they're superheroes and they're cool and stuff like that. And also it's great because if you want to be an artist and you see this representation that you can feel like you can do that too, and you like create your own stories and create your own characters. Yeah. So I think it's great all around to have multicultural characters.
What do you think of some of the more modern modern characters that they came out with today? Like recently, DC came out with two African American siblings that also have superpowers and also meant to represent the LGBTQ community. And there was some backlash about that. Do you feel like they're just forcing that they're just making characters now? They're just making characters certain ways to just tick boxes off a list, or are they trying to really make an effort?
I think they're really trying to integrate more different kinds of people in comics. I mean, these are the people that can walk around and see in real life. I don't think that they're trying to force a situation. I think they're just trying to make people aware of something that's already is out there. That's what I feel about it. I don't think it's forcing. I think, like I said, I think it's just making people aware. That's basically what it is.
Okay, so let's do a little history. The history of fictional Black superheroes goes way back to 1936, when cartoonist Jay Jackson created the character Speed Jackson in the Chicago Defender newspaper. Speed Jackson was a Black superhero who he was an athlete. Speed Jackson was a track star a track star and an excellent fist fighter who used his abilities to fight fascism during the war and right wrongs of a racist society. How Black superheroes were with it back then to how they are now. How do you feel like Black superheroes are now compared to how they were back then during the war era? Do you think there's more of a urgency to have them in comics than there was now? And if so, how do you feel like they are written? Like, how they are written back then than they are now?
That's different. I guess since I didn't even realize there was Black comic books.
I was surprised too when I did the research.
Yeah, and I guess that's part of the problem is that they were so quickly there and then not there anymore.
Yeah, that was the problem with comics back then. They do a few issues and then they just disappear because they weren't being bought, and publishers were so much quicker to drop titles back then.
Right. And I guess that's the way it was back then. It was basically dealing, I guess, with money situations. It's too bad that they weren't able to continue. I guess with now and with Black Panther, it's created back in 1964. It's slow, but it's starting to change. You have milestones. It has a lot of characters. icons, and the rest, which is absolutely great. You know, it's just getting it out there to the audience, and getting them to read the books, and realize, hey, this is good stuff. This is just like reading Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. These books are just as good. Just need to take a chance and read them. You know, so I'm hoping that there are kids out there that are going to be out there reading comic books, you know, like in between playing video games and stuff like that.
Yes.
You know, like, and to see that, yeah, you know, you could be black and you can write into books, and you know, again, you could read comic books that are and enjoy it. You know, again, hopefully there's books to stay on the shelves and get more people to read, and you know, just that's great.
Okay, now jumping ahead to about a decade to 1947, black superheroes made the jump from comic strips to comic books with the cat-themed superhero Lion Man, like I said, a cat-themed superhero who protected the largest deposit of uranium in Africa's Golden Coast. Sound familiar?
Wow.
What do you think? What do you think of the gimmick? What do you think of the gimmicks that have been given to black superheroes over the years? Are they better today than they were like 40, 50 years ago, or is it the other way around?
The gimmicks, you mean?
The themes, the costumes, the themes, the costumes, the names, just the whole shtick.
Yeah, there was a while where everything had the word black in it.
Oh, I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that part.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you know, like I guess, you know, with the Black Panther, which sounds like the Lion guy.
Yeah. Only 30 years earlier.
Yeah, and that they had vibranium. Like instead, I think it's an interesting concept. I mean, you know, like even in Africa right now with gold and all that being mined, and it's. I think that, you know, like to have characters, superheroes of royalty or black and have never been enslaved, and you know, like see how they, you know, turned out, how they operate, how they think about the world, you know, not like how African Americans that were enslaved. I guess it's an interesting concept. I guess, you know, like I guess the Black Panther would, like bring their attitude, their feelings, the differences that they had not being enslaved to America. I guess that's part of a sort of thing that we need. My brain is like rumbling along and trying
So
to.
you're saying a hero should imbue especially a black hero should imbue his culture more than rely on a theme like an animal or element themed costume and name.
Yeah, well, it can go either way. I mean, if it gets the point across, a person being black and still being able to go out there and protect the people and people, and maybe give people a little bit of their culture also, like in the movie Black Panther. At the end of that movie, they started to put together
Their own relief agencies.
yes, relief agencies, and I guess that would evolve into helping the kids and helping parents and families that are probably, you know, like not middle class, you know, and hopefully build them up and help them with medicine and science and stuff like that to build them up and make them feel confident and you know, have somebody that's an example to show them what things could be.
But what if you're talking about like the street level superheroes that just that fight bank robbers and car thieves and stuff like that? Do you think a flashy gimmick is more necessary for them to be noticed and become popular, or could they just, like for instance, I remember reading a couple years ago in the Miles Morales Spider-Man series, he said flat out, "I don't want to be known as the Black Spider-Man. I just want to be Spider-Man." Which is why he keeps his entire body covered. And it's why he made such a big deal when it was revealed to the public, when shots of him with his ripped costume on, they saw his skin, it was revealed to him that he was African American, and people just started calling him the Black Spider-Man. Do you think, in like your opinion, should he maybe just embrace that, like saying, yes, I'm a black man, but I'm also a Spider-Man? Or should he have just gone on, I'm just Spider-Man, that's all I want to be known as?
Well, that's probably what he wanted to be known as. He might not have wanted to go into, I guess, the idea of black superhero. That might have been the way he was thinking. I don't know who writes the story, but I think it's fine if people know that he's, you know, it's nothing to be ashamed of, and like I said, it might help other kids that are out there not exactly sure, you know, what direction they're going in, teenagers, possibly thinking that it might be better to play a game, to go out there and try to be an individual and do good things in their own life. I think it's always great to have an example.
What about the Star Sounds or something?
It's me, I'm worried.
Alright, so black superheroes were used to counter the racial discrimination seen in other comics. Do you feel that comics comic creators still need to do this, or that racism representation in comics is just gone? Racism is over. Do you feel?
It's not. Sometimes it's quietly hidden, but it's still there. I think that over the years, where most of the superheroes now since things are opening up, it may seem like things are being forced, fed to you, but it's just them catching up to what's been going on for over 50, 60, 70, 80 years of comic books that did not have black representation, Hispanic representation, Asian representation. It wasn't there at the time. And when it was cartoonized. It wasn't like they were human in a way. So it's like now a lot of stuff is coming. It's more real to life.
Right. I'm glad you said it's more cartoonish. They were more cartoonish back then. You should check some of the first cover art for Lion Man. They were just ridiculous looking.
There you go.
Only he was drawn to really look like a human being. All the other black characters they would put on the cover, they were just those cartoonish, black face, big lipped people you'd see back then in cartoons. And this is what you said about Asians is how they represented Asians. They would almost always be villains or femme fatales, and they would always look like Fu Manchu, which is why I was really pleased the way they went in Shang-Chi, not just Shang-Chi, but also Iron Man 3, when they made the character Trevor Flaherty the Mandarin, and he wasn't even really the Mandarin. He was the fall guy set up by Hank. And then they used a well-known, internationally renowned Asian actor to play the Mandarin, and they never even called himself the Mandarin in Shang-Chi, which I feel like you're saying, that's the progress.
Yeah.
That's the progress right there. That's what we need to see more of.
We need to see more of that. And it may seem like it's being forced. It's not. It's just think of it as just like whatever everything was before that. You know, like just more nationalities.
More nationalities. We need more nationalities.
Yeah, you need more. You know, like the different races of people. That's what the world is.
Do you feel like the industry is doing a good job at that? Like you said, they're catching up, and that's why it seems like there's something new every week, and that's why it feels force-fed, but it's just them catching up. Do you feel like they're doing enough, or do they need more? More is needed? There's always going to be a need for more.
More to marry.
More to marry.
I mean, yeah, just do it. Like I said, it's gonna feel like it's forced, but in reality, it's just something that was never there. Now it's there, and you know it's there.
Yeah, now you're noticing, and a lot of people that are noticing it aren't happy about it. What do you say to the we'll say the haters out there, or the ones that say, or like, I was watching this video clip, I don't know who it is, but it upset me. This guy saying all of this force-feeding, the liberal media force-feeding this stuff to us. We need to go back to the straight, white, male hero.
I just say,
That's just,
you know, it is upsetting, but I think the person could, and it's not trying to force it, but just like read the book, you know, and then see what you think about it. Sometimes I feel like someone's going to read the books.
yeah.
And they're just upset that the premise that they've read.
They're upset that there's a black girl playing Ariel now in The Little Mermaid. The movie's not even out. What are you upset about?
What is just that there's a woman who is going to be like leading the Avengers, so something like that in the movie, and people will freak out with that. But I'm just saying, you know, like, great, hang out, you know, like, it doesn't need to be. It's comic books. First of all, it doesn't need to be. There doesn't need to be a political war. I feel that everybody has room to be part of it. You know, like part of this society. I love comic books. I love comic book people. I love the people read the books and stuff like that. And I know there are people that feel that things should be a certain way. Sometimes I feel like that too if I see something like Star Trek or something like that. Because I was there when it started, right? And I know that, you know, like there's a certain way that Rodney had his idea of how things supposed to go, and you know, like there are certain things I also agree with, you know, like, with those premises too. There's evolution, there's change, things change. You can't just have things being the same all the time because it's static, and it gets boring. And then what? You know, because you'll be seeing the same stories over and over again. Instead of like trying to say, well, what happened if this person who's black or who's Asian or whatever does this, and that brings in a whole new culture that nobody's ever heard of, and now you're learning about something that's totally new. You know, but you got to give them that chance to be able to express what they you know, like what they feel they want people to know. Not that they're trying to force anybody to. Don't want to see it. You don't have to.
Don't want to read that comic. Don't buy it.
It's okay because you know there are a lot of people like that, and you know you can still be friends. You can still and the argument's good. Argument's good. You can go and talk about each other's different views and ideas and stuff like that, but you don't have to like try to kill it.
It's not, and so I want to say to these people, it is not your mission to represent the white race. Just like I want to say to black kids out there that are just all hopped up and concerned. You don't speak for every black person. You just have to speak for yourself. It's not your job to step up and rep your up and save African Americans, save black people. That's not your job. Just be you. I want to say that to the world sometimes.
Yeah, and you know, and that's fine. And their opinion's their opinion. You still be friends with that person. You don't have to like say, no, I'm done with you. You know, it's like, no, because there are other things that you probably do agree on. There are things that you don't agree on. You know, that's just one thing. You know, you don't have to make that like a rule.
Right. Okay, let's get back to Okay.
Just me rambling. Okay.
Okay, so that's what's both of us rambling. It's good, it's good. Okay, next question. So throughout the years, do you think that writing for black characters was better when they were written as superheroes or as villains?
They could be villains, they could be superheroes. Just watch Ant-Man Quantumania. There you go. You got a black guy who is a very powerful person, probably even more powerful than Thanos. And he came off as a bad guy, but you also felt something else there too. You felt that there was something else behind the reason why he was being bad and stuff like that. And you also have the other side where you have blacks as good guys too, you know, and that's very awesome. But they could be everything. It doesn't matter. You see, that's the whole thing. It's like when you had bad guys in Smallville. And they all had British accents because for some strange reason, people from England have a sound that sounds like they could be evil.
Oh my God! And Todd Middleton did that car. Remember that car commercial he did for the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
It's like Brits make better bad guys.
That's it. Yeah, that was the thing that was running through my head. Yeah. It's like, oh my God. It's like, okay, you know, you're stereotyping because of their voice. You know, like it's. You know, they could be suave and evil at the same time. But anybody can be that. You know, like it all depends on who's writing. You know, like if you have a good writer, anybody can, and you have a good actor behind it, they're going to be able to bring that character out, and people like it. I like Ken. You know, like Ken's and characters. There are millions of them, but and we'll get to see some of the other ones too. And I think that's interesting. I think it's also amazing how evolutionary. Who's going to be some of the other characters. But even the writer, the person who found the actor said, suppose he can act. He can act great. And that's the whole, it's not that people just pick this black guy because he's black and we want to change things, we want to show the fact that black people don't change. No, this guy could just act. And that's the reason
Okay, so jumping to the 70s, there was an explosion of African American superheroes. Such as Black Lightning, Black Vulcan, Black Goliath, and the most popular of them superheroes would be Storm of the X-Men. In my opinion, she's probably the most popular of all those 1970s black superhero villains. Storm of the X-Men. One of my favorite X-Men moments involving Storm is when she lost her powers and Scott Summers was challenging her for leadership of the X-Men. And without her powers, she beat the crap out of Scott Summers in a bare knuckle fight. My question to you is, what is your favorite Storm moment in the comics?
My favorite Storm moment. It's been so long since I have to say it's been so long since I read an X-Men comic. But I just thought it was amazing, I guess, learning about her childhood, origin story, and how she was like a thief, and she worked with the Shadow King.
I understand.
I thought
It's easier said than done.
Fascinating before she became the god.
I'll let you do that.
It was very interesting. So I really liked that part. I also she's definitely being her own. Because they're a little back and forth. You know, like everybody.
All right. In your opinion, what are some of the best Black African American and Black characters throughout comic history? What do you think are some of the, and what do you think are some of the worst representations of Black and African American characters throughout history?
I guess I really liked Black Panther. It was Black Life was interesting. I wasn't really sure, what was going on. That's not too bad a character. Storm.
Deathlock, yes. A very obscure character, but it's always good to be reminded that he existed.
He existed, yes. I didn't even really know that. But so there's him, and there's Icon, there's Static that I used to watch the cartoon. Like on Saturday mornings too.
So did I.
Was like
So what are some of, in your opinion, what are some of the worst representations you've ever seen?
Worst representations. I'm trying to rifle through my mind and figure out what would be the worst. I think it's just basically it's the fact that they had to have the identifying name of Black at the beginning. That was probably the thing that got to me the most.
Just couldn't call him Lightning. Yeah. Just couldn't call him Vulcan. Or Goliath.
Things like that. That maybe is because it's like it becomes a separation. It when it didn't need to be. There was from Legion of Superheroes.
Tyrock.
Yeah, and he lived on the invisible island of whatever it was that would fade in and out or something, and so he couldn't be a real Legionnaire because he had to go back to. It was some kind of weird story, but it's like if you really said, really, really, he couldn't just like hang out. He couldn't just like. They were the Legion? I don't know. Maybe I got the story wrong, but it was. But,
no, that sounds about right for that time, for that period.
Yeah, it sounds like he was there, but he couldn't stay.
He was there, but he couldn't stay.
What's that?
Okay.
I like the
So,
Falcon
jumping
one.
ahead to 1998.
Next page.
We got to see Wesley Snipes play Blade. A daywalking vampire that hunted other vampires. This movie started a franchise that resurrected the superhero movies after the failure of Batman and Robin. How do you feel about the representation of Black superheroes and characters in movies today? Do you feel that they're better than they were in the past, or can they always be improved?
I think they're getting better.
You kind of like what?
I like the Green Lantern.
Have Captain America.
Flash.
Yes.
Oh, what do you think?
Captain America.
A little too
Who
busy.
was the
No, I really like.
So, and I think it's amazing that his evolution from being out there and becoming the person that would be able to earn using the shield.
That was actually a running gag in the series. They said, "You're Black Falcon." He's like, no, no. My dad says you're Black Falcon. Oh yeah, well what do I call you? Black Kid? Just Kid? He call you just Kid? A Black Kid.
I remember that. That was great.
That was great.
Yeah, because I like the Falcon.
But yeah, those in the comics, Steve Trevor gave him the shield
Thank you.
when the super soldier serum. What do you think of whitewashing? Do you feel like it's still a problem in comics and movies today?
You mean like not
Glossing over
saying the real history?
glossing over certain points of history.
Maybe it might be getting better now. I really can't say. I haven't totally been looking at a lot of the comic books lately, so like I can't really say right now exactly how it is. I guess in the past, you know, like there was whitewashing because that's the history that we were given. Nobody really knew about it. I didn't know about it. Started working on the book. You know, you had like the Red Tails, you had Tuskegee Airmen, you had different things that involved blacks in the World Wars. You never heard of it. You didn't know that. You never had a hero story after they were fighting. You know, but now you're getting the books, you're getting graphic novels, independent creators out there that are telling stories. You know, I guess maybe things are getting a little better. You know, like at least it's out there, so that people can read them.
What do you think the future of black superheroes in comics and movies will be? Will it get better? And what do you still, in your opinion, what do you feel still needs to change?
Well, I guess it will continue to get better. I mean, just look at the Black
We all cried.
And the upcoming movies that they're going to be having soon, television series. We're going to do another Captain America story, either in movies or I think the fourth movie. The fourth movie, yes, it's going to be with Sam.
And they're turning Armor Wars into a movie.
Yep, I do.
Okay, and it looks like the character, War Machine,
James Rhodes.
seems like he's going to be pretty prominent in what the Secret Wars and everything. Yeah,
I think Don Cheadle's amazing.
Yes,
And I hope this movie just does so well.
yeah, absolutely. You know, like I'm counting on it. So I think things are getting better, and I just think that they have to just keep going and keep becoming part of the world and not feeling like it's like something new. That's just something that's there. That something that should be there. It needs to be there.
Something that needs to be there first. That's a good answer. All right, so last question. Who's your favorite black character or superhero?
I guess Black Panther. You know, like he's a king. But he also has his flaws. Like at the same time, you know, like he's a human being, and that's what they created. I'm glad that they chose that. Hey, he's married to Storm.
He was. I have that issue.
And but no, he's really smart for the creative. He gets the job done, and just like all the other superheroes, he's just a good guy.
Exactly. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for coming on the show and just sitting out, putting up with me, and answering my questions. I believe you're working on some new projects. If you wanted to take a moment to talk about them real quick.
I'm working on a Halloween story. I'm going to be drawing the introductions to it, sort of like a Tales from the Crypt, kind of a DC Comics, Crypt Keeper or something. So I'm doing that, and doing a ton of commissions and have a few other things that are on the back burner at the moment. But I'll be able to tell you more about that later.
Could you tell us the title of the Halloween story you're working
Well,
on?
actually, it's called Halloween.
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 Nice, clever.
And and I'm dealing with a character that is very powerful and but interesting.
I love those old school stories that have like this omnipotent narrator and announcement, like
Yes.
the Crypt Keeper.
Yes.
Comics like the Ice Cream Man. And,
Yes.
even recently, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur.
Oh,
He was narrated by the Beyonder, who Lawrence Fishburne plays the voice of.
Yes, that is great. I've actually seen almost all the episodes, and I saw the one with the Beyond, which was pretty good.
Yes, that reminds me of the old school Saturday morning Marvel cartoons where just Stanley would just appear on the screen and say,
Yes.
"Let me explain, true believers."
Yes, no. But that is a very good show.
I love the comedic aspects
Yeah.
of it.
So, where can people find you online, and what shows will you be at this year? Maybe people can stop by and see you there.
Oh, holy cow. Well, okay. To get me online, you can go to Keith Willems Comic Book Art on Instagram or Keith Williams on Facebook. I'll be the guy that has the ring going like this, so you'll know. And also, I'll be in front of a homeless Spider-Man. On my profile. And you can also find me. I'm going to be at CT Game Con, that's in Connecticut, next week. And then I'm going to be in Connecticut again for another show, Flexicon.
Very
I'm
cool,
going to be
love
at
it.
Terrificon, Long Island Comic Book Expo, I believe. Be sure about certain things. Yeah, Retro Expo. That's going to be in Rhode Island. Old School Comic Show. That's going to be in New Hampshire. And yeah, the Long Island Comic Show. Got something going on for Free Comic Book Day. P-Bird Comic. Trenton Charity Con. Star Comic Con.
I will be providing links to all of this stuff.
Comic-Con, Awesome Comic.
And I will be providing links to all of this in the description below, so you can just look there.
Yeah, do you want to keep going?
No, please, no. It's longer than the intro I wrote for you. Okay, so thank you for being on the show. Thank you for answering my questions, and thank you for just being you.
So I hope you understood what I was saying.
And you can purchase Harlem Hellfighters anywhere books are sold. I already got my copy off of Amazon, so get them while they're still available. So until next time, Internet, have a good day and take care of one another. Bye.